listening to Radio Cosmos.
All night long.
Bravo!
My compliments, little lady.
Commercial!
Break for 30 seconds.
Commercial!
You are now listening to BaaD Radio.
Hello and welcome to BaaD Radio. BaaD stands for Business at a Distance. This is a show about local businesses and business networking. We are here in the News Radio WFLA Orlando studios from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and that is a wonderful applause.
Yes.
Yeah,
I've
got
that one.
much more award show trained. I was like,
I
look,
like it.
we're talking tuxedos and evening gowns here.
It's excellent.
It's a fancy clap.
I like. Well, some of the claps have been a little bit a little sad, so that was a good one. Oh, I want a button that I can just make sounds with.
A soundboard.
I find that risky.
I know. It would be a nightmare. I'm your host, Angela Smerito, and in studio with me, we have our producer, Melissa Fox.
That would mean my crowd is behind me.
Yes, I love the crowd. Next, we have Melissa Jacob with Striking Brand.
Hello, hello.
How are you doing today?
Doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Love being here.
Yes.
Melissa's our co-host and our videographer. So if you go to baadradio.com, you get to see all of the previous episodes of BaaD Radio on YouTube. And you can also, you find them on BaaD Radio, but then you can also see the rest of Melissa's work on strikingbrand.com. She is a photographer and a videographer.
Ooh, I love it.
Please join me in welcoming back our sponsor, Zach Bastien with Crazy Muscle Nutrition.
What's going on?
He looks so happy over there. It looks
Yes,
like he's
he
been
always
celebrating 420 week.
I've been vibing for sure. Yeah.
You've been celebrating the whole week, huh?
Of course, yeah. Every day is 420 if you care enough.
Yeah. It's so funny because for a recording date, I knew it was going to be 420, so I reached out to Zach. I'm like, hey, you available on 420? And he's like, yes, my favorite day of the year. I was like, I knew it.
Oh, yeah. We definitely had fun.
This portion of BaaD Radio is brought to you by Frogger's Bar and Grill. Looking for a place to go with friends or meet new ones? Then you're looking for Frogger's Grill and Bar. With 4 great locations, there's bound to be one near you. Come with friends or bring the family for some food and fun. And don't miss out on Frogger's amazing menu where everything is fresh, never frozen. Oviedo, Mount Dora, Apopka, and Altamont Springs. Frogger's, hop in with food and fun. So next up, we have the networking news. And okay, go for it.
All right. So the networking news this time is brought to you by Live Your Best Life. Live Your Best Life is an independent advocate for Green Compass USDA certified organic hemp products. They offer a complete range of products, including hemp wellness, targeted health, personal care, performance, even products for our furry friends. To get more information on these products or becoming a consultant, call Terry at 407-616-3145.
Excellent. And next week, we're going to actually have a new live read for that because we're going to be doing it for Symphonic CBD, which is actually a branch under Live Your Best Life. So it's my daughter, Anna. She is now an advocate for Green Compass, and her business is Symphonic CBD. And Terry's like, let's go ahead and just revert everything. So I'm actually going to have a show where I'm going to have them both on.
I was going to ask if she's going to come on. That'd be nice.
And then that way they can talk about how the whole advocate thing works as far as, you have your own business, but it's Green Compass products and just how you sell, how you network, the whole 9 yards.
Right. That'll be good.
Mm-hmm. So today we want to talk about chambers of commerce. And are you part of any chambers?
Not yet. No, that's in the plans, but we haven't gotten there yet.
Right.
Yeah.
So since this is a networking show, we talk about B&I a lot. That's why I wanted to talk about chambers today. And the first thing, I asked ChatGPT, what is a chamber of commerce? And they said it's a regional organization that promotes the interests of businesses within a particular area. So what does that mean to us? I mean, what chambers are you part of?
I'm part of the Oviedo and Winter Springs. It's a joint chamber. So they have sister cities that they kind of teamed up. But yeah, I think they just support all the businesses small businesses in that area.
Are they all nonprofit?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm going to ask
You know what? I also asked ChatGPT. See, we had the AI show last week.
Have you used it at all? The ChatGPT?
Nope.
Do you know what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's terrifying, but I'm utilizing it.
Oh, yeah.
So I asked
the hell out of it.
Yeah, what joining the Chamber of Commerce, what the benefits of it are.
Okay.
So it's giving me about 5 benefits. We'll just hit highlights. One is networking opportunities, obviously. You're going to have a bunch of business owners that are local to you in the same area. They have workshops and seminars, events, and things like that. The second one is advocacy and representation. Usually, it says that chambers usually advocate for interests of local businesses by lobbying the government officials. I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that either. That's interesting.
That's interesting. I know that the mayor of Winter Springs and of Oviedo have been part of the chamber too. So they're usually involved. Business promotion. Chambers usually frequently promote their members' businesses throughout social media. So I know that the Chamber of Commerce for us has a website that you can put all your information. So if you don't have a website, they make it to where you're somewhere online, accessible.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah. They have educational resources and other resources and services. I know one thing that they do is in the mall, the Chamber of Commerce has a booth that if you're part of the chamber, or I think they might open it to any small business, you can just go and like rent that booth out. So if you don't have like a physical space, or if you have like,
you're talking about like one of those islands?
Yeah, like a kiosk type thing.
Kiosk, yeah.
Yeah. So they'll let you rent it out. So if you don't have like a physical place for somebody to come or
yeah, I think that you would do good in the Seminole.
Yeah.
In the Seminole Chamber. I've been a member of the Seminole Chamber before, and what it was hugely beneficial for me is getting appointments because I was in sales. I mean, I am in sales, and so it allowed me to pick up the phone and say, "Hi, this is Angela with so and so. We've just joined the Chamber of Commerce. Can we do a 1-to-1, or can I drop off some information to say hello?" Always with a very warm welcome, and I thought that was great, and I actually closed business from it. Now, are people going to go through the Chamber of Commerce and pick up the phone and be like, "Hey, I want some supplements"? Probably not.
Yeah.
But for you, what would be beneficial is some of these networking things where they set up a booth.
Yeah.
So you get a booth, you set it up, Crazy Muscle Nutrition, you've got all your stuff in there.
Yeah, the demos do really well for the store. So anywhere we can be there physically and talk, that's good.
Because, I keep bringing up the Seminole County one because that's the one that I know the most about. And each year, it's already passed for this year, and it's in Lake Mary, they do a chamber event. And it's just rows and rows of booths and some of the best networking that you'll ever get. So I think I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can reach out to them and see if they'll want to come on the show to talk about that.
I know the Oviedo Winter Springs Chamber does like a Taste of Oviedo thing.
Yep.
They think they sponsor that.
Yeah, actually, I met I spoke over the phone with Jordan. Is
Okay,
it Jordan?
yeah. Jordan Hook. Yep.
Yeah, so they've got some fun stuff coming up that we're going to help them with, and they want to partner with iHeart. So that's what's very cool. Well, according to GPT, there are 139 local Chamber of Commerce in the state of Florida as of September 2021. I'm trying to see here if it does say that if it's a nonprofit, but I do believe that they are simply because most of them have a .org, and that to me that means I just felt like I just lost. Can you guys still hear me?
Yep.
Oh,
crystal clear.
She just told me 2 minutes, but I couldn't hear myself for a second.
Ooh.
The one thing that's also a little bit different about chambers than like a BNI group is that they are not category exclusive. But you're in a category that I don't think is going to be overly saturated.
Definitely not, no.
What would he be? What would he?
Nutrition.
Just
nutrition and
Okay.
wellness.
Supplements, nutrition, things like that. But I mean, for him, because he's got a brick and mortar, in which I think we're going to talk about, you're going to have 2 brick and mortars here.
Wow.
Soon.
Yeah, I'm opening another one soon. Yeah.
I know, that's exciting.
That is. Wow.
A lot of the nutrition places don't. A lot of it is online sales. So, or if it is it's a health place that has some supplements that they sell through there, but not what they focus on primarily. The advantages also I've seen from the chapter is that they're not expensive. Like I think the last time I knew about the Seminole County Chamber, it was like $400 for the year. How much is the Oviedo?
It's probably similar. I know BNI is like at least double that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So it's a lot. And it has, but at the same time, it has less things that keep you accountable. It's just kind of a different type of organization versus BNI. BNI has a lot of different measures that they like kind of track you and keeps you like accountable. Whereas the chamber is kind of just like you show up whenever you show up.
I
And
like that better.
yeah, I know it's a little bit more loosey-goosey. So it just depends on your networking style, I guess.
Yeah, no, actually, if you're a small business, I 100% recommend joining the
100%.
chamber. And so that is the networking news today, and that's the music. So that means we're going to break. And when we get back, we're going to talk about Zach's next brick and mortar that he's opening up. All right, stay tuned.
Welcome back to BaaD Radio, brought to you by Premier Couple Superstore, because a couple that plays together stays together.
And welcome back. This portion of BaaD Radio is brought to you by none other than Premier Couple Superstore. Spring is in the air, so now is the time to head to Premier Couple Superstore with a huge selection of lingerie, shoes, toys, games, love oils, and a ton of great gifts. Premier Couple Superstore has got what you want, so you don't pay those high prices because you're going directly to the source. 5009 South OBT, or shop online at premiercouples.net. Because a couple that plays together stays together.
We still have to go.
I
still
know.
have to go.
We should. Girls night out. Girls day out. Actually, I think they're open till like 2 o'clock in the
Yeah,
morning.
they're open like all day.
Wow.
So we could make it a night of it. I bet the people watching at like 2 a.m.
I was going to say,
gonna be
the clientele's going to shift. At some point, it's going to shift.
They really do have a lot of great stuff in there, though. When you walk in the main to the, there's a side to the right that's got like the prettiest like bustiers and just like lingerie and stuff. And I mean, it's not bad priced at all. I saw this one bustier there, what is the one that like
Corset?
corset?
thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was stunning. And it was like $80, which wasn't bad at all. So, all right. So we're back here with Zach Bastien with Crazy Muscle Nutrition. And we want to talk about what's going on.
Hello. So yeah, I've been on before. I have Crazy Muscle Nutrition. That's the supplement shop in
You've been on the
Longwood.
show. This is your 4th time, I believe.
Is it?
Wow.
Fourth? Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Because you came on twice with when we were in the other studio, and now this is your 2nd time here. I think this is our first. John was on. John's been in the studio twice.
Okay.
John Kennedy.
Yes.
So yes.
Yep. So 4th time here, and I'm always excited about that. So last time I think I came on about the chill pills. Was that?
Yes, we had the chill pills.
The chill pills
Yeah.
conversation.
They come up in conversation all the time on the show too. Just so
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, they're easily passive conversation. But yeah, so I'm opening up a new shop in Castleberry, and this one's, I thought it was twice as wide. It's actually 3 times as wide
As
as
your
the
current
original
one?
store.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm really excited about that. That's really all I've been doing the past 2 months has been.
Where is it at? Is it going to be over across from that other gym, like where that kava bar is?
Yeah, so it's actually in the same place as Suva Kava, Alex's Fresh Kitchen.
Yep.
The Tijuana Flats is over there. It's Red Bug and what was that, 436 or?
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, okay.
It's
That's
Red
a good
Bug.
spot.
Yeah, no, it's a great location.
Wow.
Crunch, Castleberry, Planet Fitness, Eastport.
Oh, you're around a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, yeah, and the town is really nice over
Oh,
there.
nice.
It's clean stuff.
But are you keeping your Longwood though?
So I'm keeping the Longwood for a few months. On the back end, we're trying to figure out what the best move is, honestly, on keeping both locations. So right now I'm acting like I'm keeping both because I'd really like to, but I just have to see if the overhead makes sense.
As far as how much inventory you have to hold.
It's more like just the overhead with both locations.
that's what
Yeah, and then staffing both locations and people honestly kind of wanting to be where I'm at. So if I'm in Castleberry, they probably won't go to Longwood,
Right.
and they're so close. They're only 10 minutes apart. So I love that in a sense that so my lease renews in July there. So I have to make a decision by then on what I want to do. So
when you say people, cause people want you to be there because they want to ask you questions.
they want to ask me questions. Yeah, that's a huge deal. And working at the other shop and not having my truck in front of the Longwood location has actually hurt sales a little bit just from me.
Wow.
People know to look
People
for my
go,
truck.
okay.
Yeah, so I love that, but it's also like, oh my gosh.
That's a lot of pressure on you.
It's a lot of pressure.
Well, you
but
can always just park the truck there and then get an
Uber,
Uber.
I guess. Yeah, sure. That would.
Well, you have other people that.
I have other. My staff are great. My
Yeah.
employees, they're educated. They know exactly what to say, and they say exactly what I would because
Yeah.
they hear me talking and I train them and stuff. So. If anyone's listening, you can go talk to
Yeah.
Natalie or Haley. They will take care of you and
Should
give
throw
you
them on your social media or something. You
Yeah.
probably already do.
They're on there. Yeah, people
Man.
just they want to.
They
want
want to see the owner.
No,
Yeah.
I get it though, because like going into a shop is kind of like the experience because you've got the dog, you've got the cat.
Yep.
It's entertaining. You usually you don't
The
ever
atmosphere is
just
different.
you never just walk in and get what you want and walk out. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's you go in and you socialize,
Yeah.
you sit down, you get some loving from the kitty, and then you pet the dog a little bit.
talk
and
to whoever's there. There's
Yeah.
always good conversation. You can ask questions.
It's great conversation, and
Mm-hmm.
they talk about. I hear a lot of stories, like testimonials for different products. And like I remember the one time when I was in there and that couple came in that had just tried the chill pills and they were like there to buy like another whole thing of it.
Yeah.
Because for the guy, I mean, they were both, you could tell they both worked out quite a bit. But for the guy, he was like, I love it. It did this, this, and this. And for the girl, she was like, it knocked me out. But she goes, that's what I wanted, though. So,
Okay.
so how are the chill pills doing?
The chill pills are doing really good. I actually have, so that's, you want to talk about some business back end stuff. Those have been very interesting. So I have them made obviously in a facility and everything. The Smiley gummy machine like blew up.
Blew up.
It blew up.
Like blew up like it broke?
It broke and it can't be fixed. And it had this huge, wait time to have another batch made of Smiley gummies, like months and months. And so I had to make an executive decision on switching the gummy itself. Same formula, so it's the same product, same actual.
Just make it a circle. It doesn't have to have a smiley face.
Well, no, the smiley circle thing, that whole process is gone. So I had to use gummy bears because I had a limited variety of what kind of gummies I could use. Yeah,
That seems.
So we got to the gummy bears, and then we had to worry about like the calories changing and just the container size changing because there was a variety of different gummies I was trying to pick from, like shapes and sizes and everything. So we went with the gummy bear, and we had to change the container just a tad, but everything's still the same. So
when is the gummy bear going to hit the shelves?
Gummy bear should actually be here next week.
Okay.
And thank God, because we are out of chill pills. Essentially, I've only got like,
all sizes.
We've got like maybe 5 of each, and then 10 packs. We've got plenty of. But, the big containers are just about gone. So I'm really excited for this new batch to come because then I can start really pushing for the marketing and advertising. I'm trying to get into distribution in a few places. I've gotten a few accounts since then, so I have 3 accounts selling chill pills.
Oh, really? Where at?
Yeah, so there's one down in South Florida. That's Heart's Wholesale Supplements. I've got the Suva Kava, which is actually in the Sun Plaza.
I just hit my own glasses on the microphone.
Okay, that was funny. I saw that. But yeah, so then who else is selling them? Ocala Nutrition Center is bringing them in, and then so I guess maybe it's just one. Does that 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, you got all 3, and then your own location.
And then my own location, and that'll be 2 locations for a few months selling them. So that's been great. I've been getting a lot of online sales from people all over the country, which makes me happy when I see a name pop up that I don't know because that's just some random person or random contact from somebody who's tried them. And so people buying the chill pills online really makes me happy because I know it's starting to become recognized.
The word out.
The word's getting out there. Yeah, it's traveling far. So that's really exciting for me.
Well, when I left the show the last time you were here, I stopped at Island Vibe. It was a kava bar in Altamont. And I ran into my friend Sarah, who works at the Soto Kava Bar. And I just did the show, and we were talking about the chill pills. And I always forget the name of the ingredients, not kava, kana. So I said, it's that. And she was like, ooh. So I gave her the sample.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I gave her the sample.
Okay. Did she try them?
Huh?
Did she try them?
Oh, yeah. She said they're the best. And that's why
I
was trying to figure out in my head how to convert those people that I see and I talk to into sales. So I'm like, I don't know if maybe I could have
bring
like
you on as a rep. I got you. If you want to,
really?
If you want to talk about it to people.
Oh, you're going to be repping CBD and the
I'm all over it.
Yeah, I mean they're 2 completely different ingredients. Yeah, we can figure that out. But you have so many contacts. Like that's how you get into places like that, right? Because to talk to the owner of a business that owns a franchise chain, they don't want to hear it again from another person. They won't even give most people the time of day to explain why something's different.
Right.
But if you're right there saying, hey.
Well, what would have been cool is for me to have a card that has the QR code and just be like, here, this is that. So she could do that and it would take her to the website to order from there.
We're working on all sorts of like flyers and advertising cards and promo for like accounts that maybe already carry it or people that are helping me sell it because I do want to create a sales team for them. So stuff like that will be made.
I'll pimp the hell out of them.
Hell yeah, let's pimp these chill pills.
What you want? I got CBD. I got chill pills.
Angela's going to show up everywhere with a trench coat.
Yep. That's how it starts.
I bet the truth is that I believe in the product. So it's when I believe in something that I'm selling, it's not even selling isn't even hard. I'm just telling them about it and that really, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
that's
something
just,
you like
mhm.
sharing it.
And
yeah.
that, like,
That's why I do what I do. I mean, I could have gone and sold insurance or done some
I
weird
don't know
sales.
if you
I sold security systems. I mean,
I can see a security system, but I don't know about insurance. All right,
I
I
would-
hear
Hey,
music.
Yeah.
Zach could do it if he wanted.
I'd have to cut my hair and start getting up early.
Yep. We're going to continue this conversation with Zach when we get back from break, so stay tuned.
Welcome back to BaaD Radio, brought to you by Premier Couple Superstore, because a couple that plays together stays together.
And we are back, and this portion of BaaD Radio is brought to you by Forge IT Consulting, providing a fully outsourced IT department with a personal touch for a small business. No company is too small. ForgeITConsulting.com. And John was on the show last week, and I have to say it was a great show. I
It
mean,
was.
we talked about, like I said, the chat GPT and kind of like, you know, went down the little rabbit hole and kind of like talked
Yeah.
about all the different things like that it could go wrong with it.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
you know, like I said, I do use it on a regular
Yeah.
basis for, like I said, just what we just did.
I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole myself because I
No.
know that would take
I took it dark.
How much time we have? Yeah.
I took it dark for a whole
Did you?
segment.
Oh, yeah.
I
So you
went
did it
hard.
already, so I don't have to. Yeah.
yeah. And Angela
I
was
understand
like-
using it. Yeah, I understand. It's they made it fluid, you know.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
it's easy to use, so I
Right.
get it. But
It gets overwhelmed. Hey, Melissa, are you still having a hard time getting on your chat? Whenever I know you pay for your subscription, right?
Right. Yeah. No, it's still hit or miss.
Really?
Honestly. Yeah.
It just-
20
I was-
bucks a month, and they're like, try
Wow.
again later.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I just popped on
Is
it
it
and
that
it was
Try
on,
again
but
later.
like if I try to get on like around 9 o'clock between 9 and 11, I have no luck whatsoever. So anyway,
Interesting.
we are back here with Zach Bastien with Crazy Muscle Nutrition, and so he is opening. He's got a location in Longwood. He's opening one up in Castleberry. So what's going to be the difference between these two shops?
So the big difference is going to be the size and also what we're capable of doing in there. So right now the shop in Longwood, it's not super big. It's got decent size, but this new one we're opening, like I said before, it's like 3 times the size. What I've done is I've put up posing mirrors because I teach bodybuilders how to pose like for the stage and stuff like that. So now I've got the mirrors and I've got everything set up to where I can really teach bodybuilders. I can do little classes and I can also do content in there. I've also put in there's a front office with a little door and windows, so I'm turning that into a podcast room.
Nice.
So I can do educational videos on. I have plans to do every single product on the shelf. So that's over.
So you bring a product in and then you give like
yeah,
a,
and then do a
okay.
video about it, and it'll have my shop like in the background.
Dude,
like
we
Good
could
Morning
totally
America.
get that sponsored for you. You know that, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, like you have a
Yeah,
studio.
that's why I talk about it, right?
No, you have a studio, and then so you carry. Let's just use
Chill pills.
not okay, chill pills. Well, that's
Sure.
his own product.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But the gut one,
Go Gut?
Go Gut, right? So you can be. This is brought to you by the Go Gut Studio, or you know what I mean? Because
Right,
like
right.
studio sponsorships are a huge thing. They're naming rights. I could teach you how to do it. I'll show you how to do the mentions.
Yeah.
And then that way you can generate revenue.
Yeah.
Buy it, and if it's got a good system in there, you can also rent it out. 'Cause-
That was also part of the plan too, is to
Mm-hmm.
build it to be rentable, so that way I could just make money off that space. But yeah, I'd love to talk to you in depth about that for sure, because
Yeah. And
I
that-
want to make as much money as I can out of that space.
Yep, absolutely. And like I said, even when you do your videos, I mean, as long as it's not like a competitive product, you do those mentions, and then you can do like when she does this video, whenever my sponsors come up, you know, their logo and everything comes across the bottom.
Okay.
So that's really cool.
Oh, understood. Okay, yeah. I'll work on that, and maybe even like the brands that I carry in the shop would want to sponsor it.
I'll help you.
Okay,
Like
yeah,
I said, I
yeah.
love that stuff.
Okay, cool. So that's part of what's
Do you have
coming
any
in the
national
shop.
brands like that you carry in?
Like major brands?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm bringing in like some major ones would be like Rise Nutrition, bringing in Alpha Lion, which probably doesn't mean anything to you, but big brands nationwide
Well,
for
no,
sure.
see, this is interesting to me because I would love to have contacts for those.
I have them all too.
Yeah, because
yeah.
I work for a media agency, and I'd love to get in contact with any national accounts that I have that
Yeah.
would that want to advertise.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So we can come up with a list and
See, this
do
is
that.
called networking. This is what
This
makes
is what
this is
it
like
is.
Yep.
this is like how it works.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is a
This
show
is why you
about
have to talk
businesses
about
and
ideas
business
and stuff. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you can talk to people who know more about it than you do. Yeah.
And,
okay.
and we're just telling the whole world all of our secrets too.
Well,
you know.
Good
Sorry.
luck keeping up.
Learn from
it. But we're also putting in a bigger bar and lounge. So we just brought the bar over. looks so good. We put this like white piped PVC panels on it, which was a nightmare, but we got it done, and it looks good. So I'm not even gonna talk about the headache that it was. But I'm just super stoked about that. TVs are going in, more products. Like there's so much product. I mean, I've honestly spent more on product than I've made some months in the shop just to keep it loaded and have extra
that's
stuff.
one of the hard parts about having a brick and mortar is being able to negotiate. You know, having a store not look empty, but not having to hold so much overhead. I mean, I guess what you can do is you can allocate, like you buy some stuff that you can buy big bags of to take up a lot of shelf space.
Yeah, no, there's definitely, we have bigger containers, but I don't even want things, like I want my shelves to be full because there's so much product. Like I think that's what sets us apart is people have so many options, and every option in there is like handpicked, it's already filtered. Like I'm not bringing in, bad products. Oh my gosh, I had somebody leave a review on my store. This was funny. For a product that we don't even sell, and gave me a 1 star. And I was like, I don't even like. It was about C4, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I would never even carry that. That double hurt my heart. Like you must have the wrong location.
What is C4?
It's just a Cellucor brand nationwide pre-workout, but a lot of the nationwide brands or the global brands, they mass produce to an extent where their formulas are normally underdosed and they don't really have a punch. They can't use certain ingredients because they have so many stipulations and filters and holes they have to get through in order to get a product like in the Walmart and places like that. So the cool thing about my shop is I don't have to go by all those filters. So I can really get products that have full doses, clinical ingredients, things that you can't find in GNC and Walmart. And also I can teach people how to use them. So I don't have just pre-workout, and protein. I've got 8 different kinds of pre-workout. I've got 8 different things you can take in the middle of your workout after, it's not just pre-workout and protein. And then we can help, your gut, right, at the same time, and your sleep with the chill pills and everything in between too. So that's what kind of sets us apart is I'm not sitting
I love
there.
your idea about the videos though.
Yeah,
I'm on a QR kick right now because I think
QR code kick?
Yeah,
me too. I know. I've got them on my truck for the store and everything.
Yeah,
because
I'm just thinking like if you have your location and you have your shelves and there's a product sitting there and you just you have like your little things, you can have the QR code and then
they pull up the video in the shop, right?
They can just say, and it's you telling you about that product. So
right
that might actually help.
You get the vision.
Yeah.
You see it. Yeah. And all those videos on YouTube, if each video gets 1,000 views, or it doesn't have to be that much, but I've got over 400 products. That's 400,000 views on a YouTube page, which is gonna get traction. It's gonna let people know that I'm there, because the whole idea is just for people to know that I'm in Orlando, right? Not for you to come buy what I'm talking about, but for you to know that you can come buy something from me that's actually going to work, and you have somebody to talk to. So that's kind of the biggest thing is just you're gonna get educated, you're gonna get things explained. It's gonna be custom,
right?
It's not blanket.
Yeah, no, I think it sounds great. I'm excited for you.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm glad I brought that up. Yeah, the podcast room is going to be cool. I'm excited to get the lighting figured out. We're doing a Miami Vice theme in there too. So
it's going to be like
nice.
Pink and
Neon.
with neon or like
pink, blue, neon. Yeah, it's
the blue.
It's so beautiful. I love it. Yeah, I'm excited. It's so bright when you walk in. Picking the flooring.
Flooring.
And I'm not an interior designer by any means at all. So we were going through like, this wood, this tile, we have to do it ourselves. So what's going to make the most sense? We had to budget. So I installed the whole hardwood floor, and that was
hard.
Oh my gosh. Hard. I was like, wow, I would
Flooring
never want to be a
is
contractor.
awful.
Yeah, but we made it happen, got it in, proud of it.
Well, I watched I see the videos of people and their trades doing it, making it look so easy.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, that is
respect to them.
That's just lies.
I put in tile once, never again. It was awful.
That's why I didn't want to do tile, because I've done tile once, and I was like, and little spacers, the grout.
You did wood or like a laminate?
Yeah, like a laminate floor, and it was small pieces. Small pieces, big floor. Yeah, it was 780 pieces of flooring that we put in.
Oh, no.
But it looks great. Pink looks good. Blue looks
done.
good.
It's
Shelves
all
are getting filled
it's
in.
all a learning experience.
Yeah.
I mean, and like the thing that's so cool is that you're so young and you're doing so much at a young age. It's like by the time you're like our age, you're gonna have so much experience that you're gonna be like, oh, I got this. And,
Yeah.
I mean, is that what you kind of see? Is like you doing like having them all over the nation or state of Florida? I mean, what are some of the long term goals?
So I've thought about doing the franchise thing with the store, and if I'm being perfectly honest, I don't think that's a good idea, because supplement shops that franchise or get too big, the overhead and the cost and the margins, because the margins on supplements are really skim. Like people think that they're overpaying, but there's so much that goes into a supplement. Like it actually makes sense when you see what it takes.
What are you talking about? Like 20
to get it on a shelf?
20%?
Well, you're starting at around like 50, but by the time everything gets taken out of it, it's probably working like 25.
Yeah.
So then you have to try to take something that for yourself. Like I'm not taking paychecks yet, It's all going back in. But it's part of the game. So franchising it out, I don't know if that's the best move right now. I think growing a brand online and having a couple really good hubs is the best move.
Hold that thought, because we're going to go to break, and when we get back, we're going to continue this conversation with Zach.
Welcome back to BaaD Radio, brought to you by Premier Couple Superstore, because a couple that plays together stays together.
And we made it back. Thanks, Melissa.
Yeah, critters in the machinery.
That happens. This portion of BaaD Radio is brought to you by Ground Up Property Services. Rick Hall and his team are ready to give your lawn that just stepped out of the salon look. With this crazy weather, your lawn may not be looking its best. Ask about the new lawn painting service as well. And have you ever seen that? Where people you can actually paint your lawn like
Is that
the brown
what I
spots?
heard? I thought that was the 420 leftovers in my head.
No.
Yeah, no, she's for real.
How do you paint a lawn? And what do you paint? Like colors?
No,
Like green.
green.
I want mine
But
orange.
why just green? Yeah.
You know what? If you think outside the box, maybe he could do some other
Zach
colors.
says, why are we stopping there?
Purple.
Yeah,
I want a purple
with
lawn.
rock, man.
Yeah,
The
well, what
lavender,
it
like the
is
nice
like
one?
if you have like some brown spots in your yard, or say you're having a wedding in your backyard and your grass has some dead spots, and so he'll come over and make it look good. I mean, a lot of good accounts for Rick are like
HOAs probably.
HOAs and things like that have common areas.
That's pretty smart.
No, it is good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all good for the environment and everything. But you can reach Ground Up Property Services at 407-468-4295. It's groundupinc.net. We actually did a full 2-hour show with Rick, and he does irrigation systems. And it's kind of one of those things where you're like, okay, what are we going to talk about with the irrigation system for 2 hours? It was like one of the best shows.
It was fun.
We just had a great time talking about sprinkler heads and all sorts of fun stuff.
That's so cool. Listen, I think we need a healthy, environment-friendly tree paint.
Oh, okay.
And I want purple trees.
Yeah.
Purple.
We're putting it in order.
He likes the purple.
How cool would that be?
Yeah.
You can have a green grass, but purple trees.
I think it'd be cool.
Like
as
Dr.
hell.
Seuss.
I'm down with Seuss Land or Seuss Land at Universal.
Yeah.
I could hang out there for a while. On my way to Harry Potter Land, of course. Of course.
Yes,
anyway.
yes.
So, all right, we're back with Zach Bastien with Crazy Muscle Nutrition, and we've already talked about it a couple times, but Zach has a location in Longwood, and now he's opening one up in Castleberry. What did you say was the time frame for the opening of the new location?
Oh, yeah, good. So the time frame, we're looking at doing our soft opening on May 1st. So
okay, that's like
set
next
up.
week.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh. Is it?
We've been
It is.
cooking for the last 30 days. So we signed the lease, obviously, last month in the beginning. And it's just been tear the carpet out, patch all the holes. It was an art and frame studio. So there were hundreds of holes to patch and sand and then repaint. So we cooked through it. We got everything in there. Last bits of product are coming in. I'm setting up the point of sale system, new credit card processor, all those back end things, accounting and stuff, getting our inventory set up. So that's all I'm doing the next week, and then we'll be opening on May 1st. And then
So you're stocking shelves.
Stocking shelves. We're still behind on some of the merch that we have coming in because we have a whole merch section. We're gonna have accessories and shakers and all kinds of little things.
Very cool.
Which I'm super excited about, but that has to get still made. So June 1st, at least the first week of June is when I'm gonna do like a grand opening, and I've got some plans to have as many big people as I can have out there. I'm talking to like a Mr. Olympia.
Oh, I
got
know
some
Matt
friends.
Morgan.
He's actually pretty well known around here.
Which Matt Morgan?
The tall one.
Oh,
the one that's the mayor of
not anymore. He's
Longwood.
my neighbor.
Oh, okay.
It's a small world with that guy. Yo, Matt Morgan, we need to meet, bro, because you know all my friends. Well, maybe you could introduce us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I'd love to have him there.
I mean, he's a big supporter of the community. He came to my BaaD anniversary, the anniversary of Business at a Distance of the
cool. When was
networking
that?
group. I don't know. It was last year. It was after the 1 year. I can't remember.
It's funny though. I think at the same plaza that you're in, I see him all the time.
I think he goes to does he go to the Kava Lounge? The Suva Kava?
I doubt it.
Maybe he goes to Alex's Fresh Kitchen. He goes to Alex's Fresh
Alex.
Kitchen.
I bet that's it.
Yes.
Yep.
Shout out Alex,
Whoa.
bro. Alex's Fresh
Wait,
Kitchen.
we've done it. He's in Business at a Distance. Alex is.
Really?
Like, yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Oh,
And-
really? He's been on?
Not on the show. He's in the networking group.
Oh, gotcha,
He's on
gotcha.
in the Facebook group.
Yeah.
We actually hosted a little networking group there once where it was myself, Jen Andrews, Christine Moody. We sat around and we just did some local chat, and it was great. You should reach out to Alex about being on this show. But yeah,
definitely.
that is a great location. So I'm super stoked for you.
Yeah, that plaza is great. I mean, it even has like a boxing gym right above me. We've got the.
I thought it was a dance studio.
No, it's a boxing gym. Yeah. You can hear bodies hitting the floor, so you know they're not just dancing.
Well, I've been to a chamber, speaking of chambers, I've been to a chamber event that was on the second floor there, and it was a branch, because like you have like the Seminole County Chamber, and then they have different branches of like the East Branch or whatever. So I've been in, but I remember it being like a big room with like wood floors. And I thought it was a dance studio, but maybe it is boxing.
It's called the Boxing Club or something like that. The guys the owner seems really nice. I haven't even been up there because I've been so busy, but they seem to be doing really well. Their members run through the parking lot. It's really funny. They make them do laps and stuff outside. So
there's another big guy that comes into Kava culture. He's a professional wrestler. He lives in Parkstone. I can talk to him.
What's his name?
I don't remember.
Okay, well, plug him in. Throw him some chill pills or something that gets attention. Yeah. Anyone we can have out there.
EA Billy Gunn.
I don't know. Like I said, he's big, tall, bald guy. They all kind of, he probably about 6 foot.
Might be talking about Billy Gunn.
8, beard. I mean, he's humongous.
Well, I need him there.
Yeah. Calling all wrestlers.
So is it okay
guys.
if I just walk up to like ridiculously large people and be like, excuse
me?
Wait, I will definitely connect you to.
Okay, thank you.
What else can we do for you? I mean, it sounds like you are just a busy bee, and I'm always impressed with what you're up to.
Yeah, well, I mean, I never know what to ask people for. It's really if I bring up my ideas and see what the person in front of me has to say about it. So what else am I doing? Well, I mean, with the promotion and advertising, doing demos and getting locations to talk to the community, because it's really all just about letting people know we exist. I don't need them to buy anything right now. I just need to know they have a resource and somewhere to go. So anywhere that you can tell me that would be a good place. Maybe it's really busy over here, like going to Frogger's with a supplement shop. But if I'm out there in a tank top, maybe I've got a girl with me, people will come and stop. And
oh
have a
yeah, well we do
so.
Frogger's events all the time. You're more than welcome to join us.
Yeah. And so I remember you speaking about that, and so I would definitely appreciate some advice on other locations outside of like gyms, and supplement shops.
True, that is very good. That's called grassroots marketing, where you just like hit the pavement, go out and shake hands and
talk to people,
yeah.
Give them samples. I have to honestly say it's one of my favorite types of marketing. And we were even talking about Earth Day Birthday. I mean, I know it's a little bit too late now, but next year you should talk about getting a booth at Earth Day Birthday.
Yeah, I would love to.
Whether you set up a 10 by 10 tent.
But I can set up a table. We still need to get like more graphics, some banners and stuff like that. We don't have a Crazy Muscle tent yet. We just rebranded too, like all of our colors changed and stuff. So anything that I did have, I had to change. But as soon as I have, I think probably like around May for that first week after we kind of get the ball rolling, I'll start to buy all
like
of that.
one thing at a time.
It is kind of one thing
I understand
at a time.
burnout though. I've been there.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I mean that's a great way to do that. So yeah, let's just always stay in touch because you've got so much going on, and I know I can help. Like I know Melissa can help too. There's so many different things that we can do.
Yeah. I'm
definitely gonna hit you up to like come visit my BNI chapter though, because I think that's something.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to get involved with BNI. I do like the fact that it's like. I mean, there's not a lot of supplement shops. I don't have to worry about like the chambers and stuff.
Oh, I think you'll kill it in BNI.
Yeah, because people then have somebody to refer to for all health and nutrition. Like when a family member doesn't feel good or a friend, that's also they're gonna send them to me too. So
yeah, don't forget to get your tent sponsored. That way, if they put their logo on it, you get a tent.
Right. It works. I love sponsorships. Like
yeah, buddy.
We wouldn't be here right now if it weren't for sponsorship.
Yep.
So I'm trying to think what else.
I need to learn about that because honestly, like I've being in the fitness industry, I've tried to get sponsorships and I've tried to.
That means we got 30 seconds.
Okay,
left.
Heard. Well, I probably
you just
will save
distracted
it.
him.
I was like, that's.
I know.
Got to be in my head. That's so
funny. Give everybody all your contact information.
So you can find me on Instagram. That's my main social media. It's dragon.crazymuscle. And then the shop is Crazy Muscle Nutrition Orlando. You can go online, shopkmn.com. And that's about it.
And then you can get in touch with me. All right, Zach. Well, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We will
Always
keep
love
you all
being
posted
here.
on how he's doing. Stay tuned because we're going to come back for another hour of BaaD Radio.
You're listening to Radio Cosmos.
all night long.
Bravo!
My compliments, little lady.
Commercial!
Break for 30 seconds.
Intercom mission.
You are now listening to BaaD Radio.
Welcome back as we launch into the second hour of BaaD Radio. I'm going to run through all of the regular info for those of you who have just joined us. I am Angela, your host, and we've got our producer, Melissa Fox.
What's up? What's up?
Our co-pilot and videographer, Melissa Jacob.
Hello, hello.
And her business is Striking Brand. Striking Brand has been doing BaaD Radio videos since we started videos. So you can go to baadradio.com to see previous episodes. And you can also go to strikingbrand.com to see all of Melissa's other work, her photography as well as her videography. And speaking about old videos, if you go to old videos, you're going to see Mike on some old videos.
Once or twice.
Please welcome Mike Hayman with Liberty Property Inspections.
Love the clapping. Love the clapping.
We could do better than that for Mike. He's one of our show sponsors. You got to give him
Hold
good
on
one.
a second. Guys, tighten it up. All right. There we go. All right. That's how you make it sound big.
Thank you.
Constantly training.
Yes. So it's Liberty Property Inspections and then Liberty, the pest control.
Yeah, they're separate. So Liberty Property Inspections are primary, and then we have a secondary company there, Liberty Termite and Pest.
Termite and pest. I was trying to. That's what I was trying to go for. There is like that part right there.
Pest one.
Well, welcome to you. Like I said, I don't know if you guys saw this, like when we were talking on break here on the live feed, but while I was talking with Zach from the first hour, Mike's calling me and he's like, "Yep, I'm going through downtown right now." I was like, That's like fashionably late. My friend Mike.
It's been a fashionably busy day, very busy day. I need to be triplicated. But speaking of triplicated, so those videos out there, do I get any royalties from those?
Maybe it depends on how popular the show gets.
Yeah, over 1 million views, then they talk to you.
Hey, we can
You
do
got to
that.
get there.
You know what's funny about the show though? I mean I go back and watch old shows, and when I do, I mean I'm not trying to toot our horn, but I mean I'm like, okay, that was good. They look good, they sound good,
Okay.
but when I did them the first time, I'm like, oh, that's just not good radio. I mean, there's still a lot of things that I don't like about certain stuff, like me saying I hate that, but I do it all the time. I try not to.
I mean, there's stuff that everybody doesn't like. you know?
Right, but
There it is again, the ugly What you need to do, and this is just Broadcasting 101, is think in your head. If you're looking for something to say next, don't verbalize it. You're like,
But the thing is, I don't realize that I'm saying it.
Sure you do. Sure you do. You'll feel you're more aware of it now.
Now, when you say it,
Yeah.
you know that you're talking about it.
And another one is yeah.
I do. I even write that when I type to people.
You say, I mean, a lot. You say, I mean.
Oh my gosh! I'm
Don't
gonna have
be
to write
getting
all
on
these stuff down.
Angela. Oh my god.
I don't know. What are
So yeah.
what are some of Angela's other tics, Mike? Please tell us.
I don't know of any.
But the point was
I'm
that
not
you
jumping
watch,
on that
you
one.
look back at it, and these are really good episodes. So
Yes.
you're so much in your head.
But some
Don't
of-
need to be. They're really good.
But some of my favorite are with Mike because he's so well spoken, and that he's he talks loud.
Fills
and there's
the show.
I don't ever have to like drag information
Right.
out of Mike. So what's been going on?
A lot. So
Talk
let's
to me,
see.
Goose.
Since we saw you last, we've added 2 new employees to the home inspection side. Skylar.
Hi, Skylar.
She's 6 months old now, and AJ is.
Are they
pushing-
dogs?
No, they're our grandbabies.
The babies.
He's
Oh,
pushing
what a baby.
4 months. So they've got a while before they can go do inspections. I still can't put them under the house or in the attic, but
Dang it
Well, they're
work on
small
that.
enough to go under there.
They are, but our daughter and son would not allow that to happen.
Well,
so.
congratulations.
So besides that, what else is going on? The market's picking up. We're starting to get more calls for home inspections
Okay.
versus insurance inspections. So that's doing good.
Are you? Is your industry affected at all by the new like Senate Bill 2A and all that hooey that's been going on with like insurance companies and?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, I want to talk about that because I
yeah.
didn't even think about the inspection industry.
Yeah, so we've gotten a whole bunch of, I don't know what the Senate bill is called or anything like that. I just know a lot of companies have pulled out of the state of Florida. A lot of companies have given up their books of business.
Are you talking about inspection company?
No, these are insurance companies for homeowners. So we've been getting a lot of requests for new 4-point and wind mitigation inspections that are insurance inspections, but as a home inspection company.
So it's helped you get more business.
It's gotten us more business on that side to fill the holes where the buyers aren't yet, but those are starting to come back slowly as well. So we're picking up on both ends of that spectrum.
Is it just because of like inflation, the house market, interest rates? Does that really play a key role in like your business with the inspections?
All of the above and then some. Remember, we're Florida, so we have our own Florida fund that we throw into it. Hurricanes and heat and all kinds of stuff. The summer swing of in and out of the state, kids graduating, people want to move when their children graduate and not leave a forwarding address, those things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm actually happy to hear that there's an industry that might not be hurting because like Senate Bill 2A has just been kind of detrimental to claims attorneys, anybody that does any sort of remediation, like the PureCleans, the disaster management recovery, those because it's pretty much eliminated assignment of benefits, which some people are like, oh, they're terrible. But if it's a good company, assignment of benefits can be a good thing.
If it's done right, assignment of benefits is a great thing because the other side of our inspection company, two of us are licensed mold assessors. So my wife has a bachelor's of environmental science, and she's one of the licensed mold assessors, and then I'm the other one. In that regard, we haven't seen a lot because we just do the assessing part. So when you're talking about dealing with individual homeowners, a lot of times they're able to cover that expense out of pocket and then get reimbursed from the insurance companies. A couple times we've had to use an AOB, but when we do that, our AOB is assigned just for our portion and our portion only. And they know what A is, B is, and C is, right? And it's not a giant like your remediation companies. You start getting into 5 figures and higher.
Yeah. Well, the AOBs,
I
I don't know about yours, but those AOBs, those 5-figure ones, they're gone.
Yeah, I've heard about that. I just haven't looked into that side of the bill, but we're on the, again, assessing side versus remediation side.
The media agency I work for, we actually launched a campaign called InsuranceCompaniesAreLyingToYou.com because
to the point.
When are they not?
Yeah, I mean, because it's a big deal, and it really is hurting a lot. It's set up as a vise to really say that it's helping homeowners against predatory companies, but what it's really doing is it's giving insurance companies more power and homeowners less power or less ability to get help. So it's not a good thing. But back to the inspection part. So new homeowners are good clients for you. And then what about like building, like communities that are going up? Do you guys do that work?
We do new construction. So we do 2 types of new construction. We'll do a pre-drywall. And then we also do the final product, which is just like you're buying a home that's already been here since, the 1800s. There's no difference. We're going to go right through the same things, even though it's brand new. And we find anywhere from 5 to 8 things that need to be really addressed. Everything from water coming down the wall in the garage because something let loose drain-wise or backups. We've had HVAC systems that weren't connected in the attic space and then blowing cold air onto drywall, things like that. So, but we use things like thermal imaging to help look at the envelope of the house as well so that we can kind of find those things. But yeah, I tell everybody they should. Now, the interesting thing is some builders out there now are pushing the limits.
In regards to?
So you always have to give them your insurance, right? Which is no problem since we're in the insurance world. And we all cover ourselves with what the industry says we need to, and then some. But right now, there's a couple builders. We'll keep them out name-wise, but they're wanting $1 million plus of automobile coverage.
Automobile coverage
for your personal car that you're going to drive out, your company car.
So you got a job. You're going to drive there. You're going to do the assessment, but they want your automobile to have $1 million worth of coverage. Correct. Okay, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah,
and realistically, it's not realistic.
Why would they do that? There's got to be an underlying.
It'll set a bar high enough to where the cost to do that each time you need to do that, and if you've got a fleet of 4 vehicles, most insurance companies don't let you just put it up on one. They want all 4.
Right.
There goes the rate.
Yeah, well, there's the music. That means that we're going to break, and when we get back, look at Mike likes it. Mikey likes it. When we get back, we're going to talk more with Mike Hayman with Liberty Property Inspections.
Welcome back to BaaD Radio, brought to you by Premier Couple Superstore, because a couple that plays together stays together.
And welcome back. This portion of BaaD Radio is brought to you by Rachel Roach Realty, a Coldwell Banker Realtor. With the sea of realtors out there, choose the one that thinks about you first and not their commission. 407-252-4566. So realtors are a good referral person for you, right?
Absolutely.
Where do you get the majority of your referrals from?
Word of mouth and realtors. Mm-hmm. And then third place would be BaaD Radio.
Oh, I love it. I can't hear you, though.
Slide it
there
in
you
there.
Go. Closer.
Hello.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, so my Barry White.
So what's been going on? This is like, I have to honestly tell you, this is like the most low-key I think I've ever seen you since we've met, like, I don't know, 8 years ago.
Well, it's, again, we've been super busy, but, you know, we've had I lost my father 3 weeks ago, so that's been draining mentally wise. And then here lately, the last couple of weeks, the phones have been super crazy, and a lot of that's with the insurance stuff. Mm-hmm. People, policies canceling, or they've set on them, and now they realize,
right.
Yeah, tomorrow it cancels at midnight. Can you be here yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
So we try to accommodate that. I have a great team of people. Oscar, Jessica, and Nicole. Nicole's been with me for almost 7 years. Oscar's in year 3. Jessica's starting year 4. April 30th next weekend, we will turn 10 years old.
Congratulations.
I'll be
Do you know how much that
young
says?
54. Mm-hmm. So...
I mean, most businesses, a lot of business don't make it past year 1 if you think about it. So 10 years of business, and then you're still here, you're still doing business, you're making money. So congratulations.
It's taken a lot of hard work, a lot of realtors that trusted us, a lot of realtors that continue to use us, new people that take a chance on us. Mm-hmm. So without the community, we wouldn't be here anyway. So we really appreciate them. But without my staff and my inspectors that I have, we wouldn't be as good as we are as well. So... Oscar speaks Spanish, so if we have clients that have friends, family moving from Puerto Rico after the the hurricanes and things that they went through, that's helped us out a lot with people who need to understand what they're getting in a home inspection, but there may be a language barrier a little bit.
Oh yeah,
Oscar's great. I get good feedback on him. The biggest one I get for him is they love him because he works on island time. So
that means he's just chill.
He's chill. He's laid back. So yeah. No, good people. Jessica came out of the restaurant industry, so they're all service driven.
Well, anybody that's been in a restaurant is a hustler. Yeah. I mean, in a good way, like they hustle, not like they try to hustle money for you.
Yeah.
And then our daughter Danielle runs the office, but she's on quasi maternity leave, so I answer the phone. Like my phone's been just blowing up under my leg on vibrate, but
is it killing you that I made you turn it off?
No, it's actually let me relax for a minute.
As an excuse.
I'll have a bunch of voicemails to get back to, but Danielle's running the schedule through text and email, and then her and I text back and forth, and every now and again AJ will insert every couple things. Last time he just face planted because he's learning to sit up and move forward.
Oh, the baby.
Important things.
I wanted to ask about wind mitigation because that's something that gets brought up a lot as far as that's what saves homeowners money. Mm-hmm. So first, because I know that you did a wind mitigation for me, but I can't tell you that I know what that is. I mean, I'm assuming it means that you checked my house to make sure that it's not going to blow away.
And we found an active leak the roofing company didn't say.
That's right. This is a great story. Mm-hmm. So I've told it on BaaD Radio before, but it's been a minute. We got a new roof put on, and a couple of years later, we noticed a leak. The roofing company came out and said, that's the flashing, that's not our problem. So Mike over here climbs up on there, and it just happened to be, like, you tell the rest
of it. It was raining. I crawled all the way over, fit my fat self all the way over to where I shouldn't have fit, but I was able to get a leak actively leaking and took a video, and that got sent to the roofing company.
With a strongly worded letter.
Mm-hmm. Long story short, that problem got resolved.
Yes, the roofing company was there the next day.
Yeah, they're like, never mind.
Yeah,
but that's good. That means that they care about what they did.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just think that that's amazing because a lot of people don't know that is something that is available to them. So the wind mitigation, how does that save you money on your insurance?
That's a secret that only the bean counters at the insurance company will tell you. But on our end, what we know is the wind mitigation is set up to provide the insurance company with some information about your home, its roof, the structure, and the covering. So they're looking for the geometry of the house. Is it a hip roof, flat roof, gable, or like Jessica had yesterday, it was kind of an igloo, concrete igloo house,
Okay.
which is really different. So I'm waiting to hear back on that one. And then we're looking at the covering. What kind of covering do you have? Metal, tile, asphalt shingles, modified bitumen,
So it's
rock and tar
it's just a report then.
Kind of. So we're taking all these different photographs and information and measurements. So in the attic space, we need to measure your nail spacing that holds the decking to the truss system. Then they want to know what kind of decking. Is it planking, plywood, OSB? Is it nails or staples? What's the spacing and how the rafters are attached to the walls? And then when the roof went on, so they get an age. So then they take all of that, and I've been told by people at rather large insurance companies, there's about 200 or so ways to structure a wind mitigation, which is a bracing system that holds the gable wall. So gable's the end, it looks like a triangle versus a pyramid. A pyramid house is just your hip roof, and that's really the best one to have, so the wind hits it and goes up and over no matter. I don't remember. I think you have a mixture of both.
Yeah, I have like a house from 1980 where it's got this and it's got this.
So you have what we call an other roof.
An other.
Yeah,
other
that
roof.
last box.
And then the other things that go into that, let's say you got new windows put in, impact rated windows. Mm-hmm. So those come into account. How many openings do they cover? What are the openings that they cover? So then all of that and the photographs go into the report. On my house, which is a gable roof and a little bit of a flat in the back, 2017 is when the shingles went on. We're at about $340 a year on savings on a premium.
Yeah, no, it saved me a good chunk of money.
Yep.
And so is that something that you look for? I mean, like, is getting a couple of wind mitigations a week good for you? Is that something that will help
actually,
with business?
A couple of days good, because I always say it takes 3 to 1, 3 wind mitigations to every one just inspection.
Okay.
When we do our inspections, we're taking all the information and photos for that inspection. Also for what's called a 4-point inspection, which is another insurance inspection that some insurance companies ask for. Mm-hmm. And that goes into the roof, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, age, components, makeup,
you guys do
updates
pool
or not.
inspections too, though, right?
We do pool overviews. Yeah, and the reason we do a pool overview is there's a lot of components that can go with a pool, and half of them are outside the scope of home inspections. And there are home inspectors that are pool certified, and you can get pool certified, but in the end, you still got to tell them to call a licensed pool company to address these issues. So why not just skip the middleman for a very smaller fee than some of my competitors charge? We just put together like a punch list to give the pool guy to come out.
Gotcha.
And we have a couple of good pool companies that they do pool inspections. Mm-hmm. And it's worth it to have them separately come out. Mm-hmm. Because there's things like a DE tower, which is the filter one that you put the powder in. We don't carry that powder. But if you take that apart, chances are you have to put powder back in it. So we're not there to remove remember, as a home inspection, it's visual inspection, and then you get into these other components. We're the triage nurse. So think of us as a triage nurse for the house. Ours is not to diagnose the why part of it. Ours is to find, hey, this is going on. If we know from experience, we can give you an idea.
Right.
But then you take that and you go to like the roof surgeon, in your case, right?
Yeah.
I can't tell you why it's leaking. I have a good idea why it's leaking, but really the roofer needs to tell you, and the roofer needs to fix it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so after Hurricane Ian, did a lot of people hire like house inspectors to come out to assess the damage, or is that done by a damage restoration company? No, we got
every hurricane season, we usually get a handful of calls, a decent handful of calls, I should say, to come out and check the roof, check for, they may have seen stain or water coming in on the ceiling.
Is it the homeowners calling you, or is it the insurance companies telling you to go? Okay, so it's both.
About a 50-50.
Okay.
And sometimes it's the homeowners, and it's what it is, wind-driven rains hitting an off-ridge vent that doesn't have a water dam or a high enough water dam, and it's overwhelming what is there, and then it comes in, and it'll never do it again unless you have the same set of circumstances.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk more about that because, Hurricane Ian is still playing a role in Central Florida. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back with more BaaD Radio.
Hey.
Welcome back to BaaD Radio, brought to you by Premier Couple Superstore, because a couple that plays together stays together.
And we are back, and this portion of BaaD Radio is brought to you by my favorite sponsor ever, Liberty Property Inspections. Hey. Your home is one of your most important investments, so don't trust it to just anyone. LibertyPropertyInspections.net, helping you protect your investment.
That is correct.
I know, right? We need to have you in here all the time to help me with these.
We can discuss pay.
I do like that tagline, though, helping you protect your investment, because people's home is like their biggest investment.
That leads to my law enforcement background and all that good fun
You're just
stuff.
a nurturer. I know.
Yeah.
You take care of people.
I had cool parents.
So with Liberty, do you want to talk about pest control at all, or do you want to just stick with the inspections?
Make that a whole different day and episode.
Another chapter?
Yeah.
What about Phoenix Haven? I want to talk about that too.
We can talk about Phoenix Haven, absolutely.
Hi, Tina. How are you? Miss your face.
Hi, honey. One day you can come up here, and we'll keep you off camera.
She will never come.
Nope.
I'll get her.
She just doesn't want to be on the radio?
She's shy.
Come on.
She's beautiful and amazing, but she's very shy.
Yeah.
She's very humble. An amazing wife and amazing mom.
So tell us what's going on with the shop.
So,
well, first of all, tell everybody what the shop is.
So my wife has not only us, but she has her own little Zenny store called Phoenix Haven up in Altamont, and it's next to a place called Kiwis at 436.
Wait, that's your wife? I've met her and her mom, too. They're awesome.
You met my mother-in-law?
Yep.
Annie's cool, ain't she?
Yeah, but she pushes that shop. Like, she's got business cards. I'm sitting at Kiwi. She's like, you got to check out my daughter's my shop right next door.
I love her.
Yeah, she's awesome.
That's Miss Annie Mae.
Is that really her name?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's Annie Mae. So, yeah, well, congratulate. See, I have a little bit of backup, so I'm not just making this stuff up.
I'm surprised you and Melissa don't know each other.
We probably do. She looks familiar through the glass, but I can't.
Yeah, it's Melissa Fox. Her voice is like just radio known, but I mean, you guys run in so many of the same circles. So
true.
Where'd she go? She's not even there anymore.
Like, I'm hiding.
I am multitasking.
Yes,
okay. Okay, so it's
she opened in September. And it's just been a steady little growth forward.
Of course, we had the hurricane right then and there, too, which is always...
And it's where you want to go, no matter what belief or religion or who you are. You can go to her store and be at home and relax there. She's got something for everybody. A woman-owned business. That's 100% her. And she does have things like stones and incense, and... we have some yoga stuff. She has some books for education, cards, tarot
I love my
cards,
pendulums.
Pendulums.
That's what I got.
Yes. We have a really good selection of pendulums. Candles. Right now she's doing some candle dressings and getting some stuff ready for a big event this Saturday at the fairgrounds that some people know about.
Earth Day birthday.
That's the one. We've been going to that for 20 years now.
Yeah.
So this year we get to be a vendor there with the stuff that she makes, and she does a wonderful
So you guys
job
are setting up like a 10 by 10 tent and having very nice. Is it going to say Liberty Property Inspections on it?
Nope, Phoenix Haven.
Oh,
really?
All Phoenix Haven.
Oh, nice.
So she's had this dream and this vision for the last probably 4 years, and COVID put a 2-year hold on it.
Yeah.
So she's really now got it up and going, and next week we get the new signage on the windows. So
very nice.
And
so, has she done any other like outdoor events, or is this the first one?
No, we were doing some small pop-ups at Elixir downtown.
Okay.
And then some other little
Elixir,
pop-ups around
David
town.
Sebeno.
It was good. We had a good time there. It's amazing on a Friday night or a Tuesday night how many people go, you know what, I didn't get my recharging crystals, or I need a new bracelet. Please help.
You're like, I got you.
Yep. And so, and then, it's kind of a nice way to break away from stuff and get your name out there and get people to see who you are.
You know what Melissa got me for Christmas? Or was it Christmas or my birthday? A Turkish lamp.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I know. It's so beautiful, too. So we have two in the house. One's Anna's, but the other one's mine, and I absolutely love it.
Later this year, she's going to start carrying some of those because we have someone who has a family member that actually makes them, and over in Turkey, and then
Really?
them and then bring them over here. So
there's a place in the Altamont Mall that sells them, but they're wicked expensive there.
Oh,
yeah, they're like, I mean, even for like a small like single one, it's like $70 or $80.
Yeah, it takes a minute for that stuff to be created correctly.
She got me a big old one. I was like, girl, I know how much that costs.
It's a happy birthday.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. She's got 3 mushroom lamps that we have that are about yay big, around about 6 inches tall, that you can put different bulbs in, and a couple other stone lamps that she's carried that she's got that have done really well. People have asked for.
What are some of the ones that she hand makes?
She hand makes clearance brooms. She makes bells for your door. She makes candles dressed with whatever you may need intention-wise in it. Mm-hmm. So it just depends on the person that comes in. She'll custom make for people.
Really? I love that.
And then she puts self-care boxes together for men and for women, because everybody needs to take a few minutes just to themselves and get out of the grind. Like I told you earlier, my phone's blowing up my leg, but you know what? I'm actually nice and calm about it because there's nothing I can do about it right now. Mm-hmm. And I know that, so I'm okay with that. Mm-hmm. I'll deal with them when I'm done. I'm able to relax that way. Mm-hmm. Not enough people do it.
No, that's the best advice that I've ever been given from my mom. And because she used to call me a fretter because I fret over things. And she would say, if you're fretting over something, ask yourself, is there anything you can do about it right here at this moment? And if the answer is no, then you just need to put it away. Yeah. I know it's easier said than done, but
another story for a drinking night. I had a chaplain when I was a deputy at a tragic situation tell me that, and it changed my career and my outlook. So it made things a whole lot better, because in reality, you can't do everything and do something about everything. Yeah, there we go.
I know what you meant.
You know what I mean? You can only control what you can control. Everything else, you just do your best to make sure that you have the best outcome, whatever that may or may not be. And what we don't do enough of is just sit and take, even if it's in the morning or in the evening, take 10 minutes just to get to a quiet place, shut everything off, and just be with you and your mind and your thoughts, and clear out the day. Or set your intentions for the day, so you know, because we each have a choice. Saturday Night Live used to have a guy on there that would get on in the morning, I am beautiful, I am loved.
It's Stuart Smalley.
Yes, thank you. And so there's something to be said about that. When you set your mindset to that, your day changes.
Yeah.
You make your bed every day. If you make your bed every day, that sets your mindset. If you leave your bed in chaos, your mind's going to be in chaos.
Yeah, tell that to my daughter and my son. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I think it's fun. Whenever I meet with Mike and Tina and stuff like that, they'll talk to me about my aura and things like that. And I'm always like, what color am I today?
I don't know. I know you're going to ask that, so that just shuts me down a little bit.
What's that? I'm sorry.
It's too much pressure.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, he always would say orange. What does orange mean?
I'd have to look it back up. I can't memorize all. That's the missus. She has all that on lockdown. I'm still learning, but I can look it up for you.
That's okay. I can look it up
will.
too. I've got Chat GBT. I know everything there is known to man prior to 2021. Thank you very
Someone
much.
Someone just talked to me about Chat GBT today. We were kind of discussing that artificial intelligence.
We had a whole show on it last week. It was really good. You'll have to look at.
The future is coming, y'all.
You have to watch the
here.
YouTube.
It is here.
Well, that is very exciting, and I think it's really exciting for Tina, and I know Tina, and she's like one of the kindest souls, and I'm so excited that her dream is coming to fruition, and you're so supportive too, and I know it really makes you happy to see her succeed.
That's correct. That is correct.
And then is like Angelina Luna still doing like
Angelique Luna is a reader, and
she's the lady I told you was on the show that talks to dead people.
Yeah, we need her back.
She talks to dead people Tuesday, Friday, or Saturday. You can make an appointment, and then she'll meet you there at the shop. And yep.
All right. Well, we're getting ready to go to breaks
again.
Yeah,
this has been so much fun. It just flies by.
I know. We still have one more segment though, don't we?
Yep. One more.
All right. So stay tuned, and we will be back more with Mike Hayman.
Hey.
Welcome back to BaaD Radio, brought to you by Premier Couple Superstore, because a couple that plays together stays together.
And I want to give a huge thank you to our sponsors. The first one, Bolts Legal. Fear no storm with boltslegal.com. 33 tanning spa with locations in Altamont Springs and Longwood. Andrews Law PA, auto accident attorney. Contact Andrews Law PA today at andrewslawpa.com. And Crazy Muscle Nutrition in Longwood and soon to be in Castleberry. We had Zach in today, and he was great. He was celebrating 420 all week long. We love you, Zach. All right. So we're talking with Mike Hayman with Liberty Property Inspections. And then he was also telling us about his wife, Tina's shop named Phoenix Haven. So on our last segment here, I want to talk a little bit about both. But for Liberty Property Inspections, where are you going? And like, what are some of your current plans? I mean, what can we do to help Mike with Liberty Property Inspections?
That is a good question. Wow,
I didn't mean to
I was
stump you.
ready for everything but that one.
I mean, you're doing BNI, you're doing
That's true.
you're doing your thing and networking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, and you're coming down a 10-year anniversary.
We're coming up on a 10-year anniversary, so now we are still, because of the things that went on last year, last quarter, things like that. Everybody had to slow down in the real estate market, and things are starting to pick back up. So what I'm trying to get to, what I'd like to get to, is where I've got my inspectors on at least 2 a day on the inspection side, and I have a full-time person doing insurance inspections, which then that would dictate about 6 of those a day, or four of those a day rather. Need more time to step back and do more management versus management,
marketing and whatnot,
inspections. But at the same time, I'm available for certain realtors that just, they want to use me. So I'm available for that. And then I do try to go out and visit everybody. So probably after school gets out, probably another month, I'll be able to gauge and see where I want to go. But it takes me 4 months to put out a new inspector. And the reason it takes,
for all the training and whatnot.
Yeah, because you're going to do 4 weeks worth of training before you go anywhere, and there's a reason for that. All of our inspectors work directly for us. There's no 1099 inspector, so and they've all been through the same training. So yeah, finding someone that's going to have, and I know it's not going to sound right, but it's fact, common sense and an actual will to work and follow direction. And understand that during the workday, you have someone who's in charge, and you work for that person.
That's so basic. Oh, no.
Well, you think it would
I
be
know.
basic, but
It's sad.
yeah, I know. So that's the hardest challenge.
Well, tell me about this a little bit. So, I mean, if somebody, is this a career? I mean, can somebody become a house inspector? And I mean, you own your own business, but I mean, did you start with being a house inspector and then you launched your own?
No, I actually started working for FEMA doing disaster inspections under a subcontracting company, and learned the ins and outs and the ugliness of inspections. And I had met a home inspector from Florida.
Right.
So we ended up splitting costs of all kinds of stuff, rental cars and everything, while we were doing on a disaster assignment. So when we got back here, he approached me about 2 weeks later, wanted to know if I was interested in at least checking it out, and went with him on an inspect along and followed him through attics and all that good stuff. And the next thing you know, I worked for them for about a year.
Okay.
And drove about 2 hours away from here to start my day.
FEMA gave me $300 after Ian, my house flooded. I got 300 smackaroonies.
There you go. So after a year of doing that, things occurred that allowed me to be able to start my own, and I haven't looked back since. But it's been a lot of knocking on doors, and a lot of earned trust. We're not 100% perfect, but I think we do a fantastic job, better than anyone else that's out there. But then again, there's some great guys out there. I just think that we're the best. But our people are constantly training, and they're well trained. Everybody is now qualified to be master inspector. They've got enough time in. Nicole does, Jessica does, Oscar, November 11th
master inspectors, different.
Certified master means it's a fancy way of saying you've done a lot of inspections and a lot of class time and a lot of report writing. And
Gotcha.
So, yeah. And then staying in our lane and setting those expectations for people, I think is super important, no matter what business you have, but especially in our business, because sometimes people think, that we have more to be able to offer, see, and do than what's reality, because they've watched Mike Holmes with Homes on Homes, which is a Canadian program, and he's a general contractor, and he's talking about trade inspectors, not home inspectors. And then he did a short home inspection show that they kind of only went one season with because it was causing turmoil. But yeah, no, I haven't perfected the crystal ball yet, despite the name of my wife's shop.
Right.
And I can't predict the future, again, despite the name of my wife's shop. But, we take that common sense approach, stay in our lane, put everything together so that a client can understand what are they getting. We're not there to scare them, but we're there to say, hey, this is what you have. Then the next question is, well, how did that happen? Why did that happen? If we have an idea based on our knowledge of stuff or our encounters with it, we can tell them. Otherwise, we set that expectation. We're not sure. There's several reasons why, but you're going to need to contact the roofer, the plumber, the electrician.
Right.
And we have a bunch of people that we have worked with over the years that I don't mind giving their names and numbers out. Brian Hastings, you mentioned earlier, with 4 Seasons Air Conditioning. He does ours for our home and our office. There's a couple of good electricians that are out there that we use. I can always use another electrician.
Yeah.
I could always use another plumber.
Well, that's why I was going to say B&I's got to be great for you because there's a lot of people that you can like, know, and trust through B&I.
Yep. So that's been fantastic for us.
And a ton of realtors, too.
Yeah.
Is there a home inspector in most chapters?
I think now there are. I'm the... Little fact, I'm the president of my chapter.
Hello, Mr. President.
So I think so. I think there's just a couple that don't have a home inspector on board yet.
Mine doesn't.
So yours is one of them.
Does yours?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, Power Moves needs one. You should have one of your people come out.
Working on that for Jessica.
Yeah.
Because she lives in Lake Mary area?
We are in, we're hybrid. So when we meet in Maitland.
Cool.
Which is not bad at all.
No.
It's like right by here.
Especially if it's just once a month.
Yeah, and she can be online the rest of the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
That works.
Hey.
That works for us. So, so realtors are your best networking partners, and then, like I said, I'm sure that Brian and those other guys reach. You guys work in what they call power spheres,
right?
So you're the ones that can refer to each other.
Brian, we're a good source of referral for him, but vice versa. He's a good referral source for us on the environmental side, where somebody's looking to buy. They already live in a house, say. And they're having problems with bioorganics growing on the air handler, things like that, or something starting to form inside the house. Once we do come out and assess and test, they can come in, clean the HVAC system. So we kind of work off of each other.
I can see too. It's like they go out there and then they're installing a new AC system and they see some stuff that doesn't look right. Then you can be like, hey, this is.
And we can test it, tell them what needs to be done to clean it up. And those guys all know their protocols as well. So
right. Very cool. Well, like you said, we're a huge fan of Brian Hastings as well. All right. So name off all the services that Liberty Property Inspections.
Liberty Property Inspections, really anybody's a good referral source for us. But if you're buying a house, if you're selling a house so that you know what kind of things to expect, we just did a listing inspection last week, and now they've got a nice punch list to go by before they put it on the market. We do roof certification, wind mitigations. Roof cert's kind of like a mini 4-point just for the roof. 4-point inspections, those are all insurance inspections. And then your home inspections, and then we can get you set up if you need a termite inspection done or not. We can get that done through Liberty Termite Pest Services for you.
That's a good way that works.
So we can market that over.
And we've got somebody that can do your irrigation system or inspection too with Mr. Rick Hall.
And then there's a giant pest control company out there that my son-in-law works for. So if there's things that we can't handle or we don't have time to get to, and it's in his area, I'll refer it to him, or he'll disseminate it out to one of his other. That'd be Massey.
Okay.
Props to Mr. Harvey.
Yeah. So give everybody all of your contact information.
Okay. You can reach us at Liberty Property Inspections fl@gmail.com. Website is libertypropertyinspections.net. Danielle is in the office to monitor all that fun stuff. I am Mike, 407-739-5795, and visit Phoenix, Haven, and Altamont at 801 West State Road 436, Suite 1005, next to Kiwi's Pub.
Right, and you can find me at strikingbrand.com or all social media platforms at strikingbrand.
All right, and I'm Angela, and you can reach me at angela@baadradio.com. That's BAAD radio.com. Thank you for tuning in, and we hope to see you next week, or you hear us next week. So have a great one, all right?
Bye, everybody.